In this tutorial, we will be demonstrating how to monitor active virtual desktop sessions within your virtual desktop environment using the VDI ToolKit. So what can you do with active sessions? Well, first, you can audit active sessions and easily see information such as their current state and the history of their state changes, to include information like what clients they have connected from and a history of their disconnects and reconnects. Also, from the management console, you are able to easily disconnect or log off an active session. You are also able to start a remote assistance session from the management console as well, which allows you to remotely connect to the active session to shadow or provide user assistance. Another feature is being able to take a remote trouble snap from the management console. Now, please note, for more information on trouble snaps and their usefulness, please watch the video tutorial on trouble snaps. You can also view active session performance data to see how performance has been for the active session from the start. And lastly, you can send a message to an individual session or all sessions, which can be helpful when trying to relay messages about downtimes, etc. Up next, we'll demonstrate how to monitor active virtual desktop sessions using the VDI ToolKit. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So first, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and open up the management console, and I have that running on a virtual desktop. So we'll go ahead and open that. All right, once open, I can go ahead and expand. And the default starts here at the active session. So these are sessions that are either in a connected or disconnected state. They're active. You'll notice here that there's a graph that'll tell you how many are connected and disconnected. We only have one here. And then also to this icon right here will say connected or disconnected and be green or red based off the session. So just to kind of go over some of the information that you can see on the session, we have what protocol. That's the current protocol it's using, because there could be multiple protocols if they end up switching from one client to another. We have the date time the session started, the duration and days, hours, minutes. And we also have the login information, which was the total amount of time it took for the user to log into the virtual desktop. This can be useful in tracking down users that are taking an absorbent amount of time to log in and trying to hunt those issues down, figure out why they have longer login times. You also have the username, which virtual desktop they're connected to, the last client they were connected to. Once again, there could be multiple clients that they've connected to throughout the whole session, but I'll show the last one. This tells you how many different clients. So in this case, it's only been one. It tells you the desktop pool and the client type, which could be like an iOS device, a Windows or a Mac. And basically that's telling you what they connected from the client. You also see their last connection server. That was the last connection server that they connected to from, and then the number of trouble snaps. Now I can take here and on the session, I can search for sessions up here by anything that I want to. And then I can also expand this here, and I can choose a date range for the start time to search. I can search user only, client only, or the virtual desktop only. I can also say I want to search exact only. Another thing that you can do from here is you can send a message to all sessions or log off all sessions. So this could be handy whenever you're going to let's say push some changes out and you want to log all the sessions off. You can do that from here, or you can send a message. Let's say we're about to have a downtime, just a reminder, we're going to have a downtime in 30 minutes. You can send a message that way to all the active sessions. So that's pretty much it with that. Now we can take and right click here on any individual session, and we can see that we have the option to disconnect a session, to log off a session, or to send a message to just that individual session. We can also start remote assistance, and I'll just kind of show that process here real quick. I can go ahead and start remote assistance, and then I have that actual virtual desktop that's logged in right here. So we could say yes, allow. And as we can see now, we're remotely controlling that session. And then we can actually take and request control and we'll approve it from the session, and I will go back to the one I'm running the management console from, and we could see right here that I'm remotely controlling the active virtual desktop session. I'll go ahead and close that. Come back here. We can also take a remote trouble snap. I'm not going to go over trouble snaps here, but please watch the video tutorial on trouble snaps to get more information on those and why they're so useful. View details, which is the same thing as just double clicking on the individual session. View performance metrics and view session state changes. So we can actually just double click to get to that information as well. I can see the details of the session here. And then I can also come to the login where it has the amount of time it took for the login. Then it also breaks it down based off of how long it took with user profile, group policy, and group policy scripts that we're running. We can also go to session state changes, and every time they disconnect, reconnect, their initial connection, whatnot, it'll log an entry here that then you can see A, what protocol they were using, and B, what client was from, and actually what the session state was. You can also click this information button right here, and that'll give you all the details on the session information for that session. I mean, such as connection server, what their IP address was, username, the client, whatever. You can get all those details from here. I'll go ahead and close that. And then you also have trouble snaps here. This is grayed out because there are no trouble snaps that have been taken, but if trouble snaps have been taken, you could click on there and you could actually download the trouble snaps from that session. So I'll go ahead and close that as well too. And we'll notice that we can actually take and we can come right here, and that's the view performance metrics. I'm not going to go over this in much detail. You should watch the video tutorial on viewing performance metrics for active and historical sessions. I'll go ahead and click it just to kind of show you. So we have different performance metrics based off of, and if we highlight over, we'll see those over CPU, memory, disk, and then also to the protocol, which comes in real handy. So in this case, it's only used BLAST protocol, so it's not going to have any information for PCIP or RDP. But if I come back here to BLAST, it's kind of nice as well too, because we have like round trip time in there and a few other things. So you can see if there's any network performance issues from the client that they're connecting from. Now, once again, that's just a quick brush over, and please note there's a video tutorial on session performance metrics for active and historical sessions, so please watch that. We'll go ahead and close that and come back here, and so that's pretty much it with this, and you'll see all the active sessions in here, and once again, that's all the things that you can do with active sessions. I hope you found this tutorial useful, and thank you.